Hey you guys, heading back to work. I'm really dreading going back in here. I'm actually late right now. I'm supposed to be back at 4:15, but I'm not. So I'm late. But who cares? I'm just gonna tell them something came up. So it is what it is. So how are you guys doing? I had to help my brother in getting him another rental car. So it kind of went over my lunch. It's always something. Because his truck apparently is not starting up. It won't turn over. This never fails. But like I said, I am being a little bit more open-minded with helping out family only, and not no broke ass nigga, family only. And so he got me to help him get this rental car. I just hope he, again, like I said, is safe in the car. I'm gonna pray that he's safe on the roads and not doing anything dangerous while driving the car. And I hope everything is legit when it comes to him driving the car. So with that being said, I'm heading back to work. He said that they won't be able to tow his car or tow the truck until either Friday, I believe. But he's returning the rental car Friday. He's actually thinking of relocating back here to Virginia, so that's gonna be a whole journey in itself. My brother is not that hard to deal with. He's not difficult to deal with. It's just that I'm gonna need him to have his own, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not trying to be lending Antoine out to a whole lot of people. That's not going down, people. So anyway, that's basically how that is. So how's everybody going? How's everybody doing? I didn't think I was going to do a vlog heading back to work, but I knew my ass was late getting back there. So I said, let me do a vlog. This is really my niche. Let me tell y'all. When I was younger, I used to love doing diaries. Like the Diary of Roberta. I could have been one of those people that would do the Diary of a Mad Wimpy Kid. Yeah, I could have probably been an author of like that. Because I used to when I was younger, I used to like to write stories. You know how they do, what do you call those things? Like reality shows. I could have been a writer. I think that it's something that I should have made as my calling, but English and going to school every day was just one of the things that I hated. I hated going to school. So I guess that's how it slipped me. I slipped through the cracks. But yeah, whatever. Boo boo, don't be stepping off the curve, honey. He stepped off the curve like he was about to get clipped in a ping pong game. Oh my gosh. Yeah, so maybe that was just one of the things that slipped through the cracks with me, because I did not like being in school when I was growing up. School was like the worst thing, because I was one of those little short girls that I had a problem with authority. And I think that's where my kids get it from. Issues with authority. Like, nobody could tell me anything. It was just very hard for me to, don't tell me to shut up. Don't tell me anything, because I will snap and crack and slap your ass. Like, that's how I was. I reacted later. Like, I was like my dad, because my dad had that little man syndrome too. I guess I have little woman syndrome. Because it was always, you say something to me, I will pop your ass first and ask questions later. I've always been like that. That would get me in trouble where I would end up having little assault charges. Because I would hit you first. Like, I didn't care. I just didn't care. My dad, I don't know what, he did that. My dad was a little Muslim bean pie selling Indian man, he's Indian and black. I keep saying Indian like he's full-blown Indian. My dad is Indian and black, and he just had that little man syndrome. Like, seriously, he would snap first and ask questions later. Like, that's how my dad has always been. Don't ask me why, I don't know. But I guess that's where I got it from. I'm not proud of that, but I've changed a lot ever since I've had my kids. I've changed in that aspect. I'm not like that anymore. I don't do that anymore. I don't react like that. That's not the first thing I do. It's just not the first thing I do. So needless to say, my son, like I told you guys yesterday, he got suspended from school, and I'm kind of putting things together with this whole situation that I feel like, because he's listed and labeled now as the problem child of Johnson Elementary, I feel like even if someone does do something to him, the first thing they're going to do is blame him. So, because I was talking to his teacher, and she said, and you guys drop your comments on how you feel about this whole situation, and this is why I think I'm so upset with my son that all of this now is starting to take place, because he now is being labeled as the problem child of the school, and anything that happens, they're automatically going to blame him first for the situation, and they're not going to think about nothing else. It's automatically going to be his fault. He's the one that started it. He's the problem child. He's the one. He. Like, they're automatically going to blame him, and he's a very sweet kid, don't get me wrong, but I just feel like if I'm not there 24/7, which is going to be very impossible, me being a single mom and everything, if I'm not there 24/7 to be my child's advocate, I feel like they're going to just pick on him. And my brother's pissed off about it now too, because they're listening to the situation on how it went down. The teacher is telling me, because my son told me that the little boy hit him as well. You think about a Pokemon war. And Pokemon Wars is who has the better card, whose card can beat whose card is stronger than the other Pokemon. So he's saying that the boy got mad because of his card beating his of my son's card. My son's Pokemon card beat his Pokemon card. So basically the war, he won the battle. Okay, so needless to say, with that being said, my son said that the little boy hit him, and so my son hauled off and kicked him in the stomach. So the little boy cried, and my son got in trouble. So then the teacher asked my son to write down what he did on a piece of paper. So that's what my son did. He wrote down what he did on the piece of paper, and what he said was the honest to God truth. I kicked the boy in the stomach. Now, immediately, with him admitting to what he did, he's only in the 3rd grade. He admitted to what he did, and that's basically admitting. You're confessing. If you confess to a murder and you write down what you did, you're going to be the one to suffer the consequences and the punishment. But he still did not write on that piece of paper that the little boy hit him first. So he was defending himself. He didn't write that. He didn't write his whole defense on that piece of paper. The teacher didn't say to him, write your defense on this piece of paper. The teacher said to him, write what you did on this piece of paper. Y'all drop your comments on that one too, and tell me what y'all think about that also. So now my son is the only one that got suspended because my son kicked him in the stomach. And then with that also being said is, and I'm trying not to get upset about it now that I'm thinking about it, is they're getting frustrated more and more with him because of what he has done. And I understand that my son should not have resorted to kicking him in the stomach, but I also taught my kids, if somebody hits you first, you hit them back. We're teaching our kids to not allow someone to bully you or hit you or whatever, but then we also have to understand the setting and the situation at hand here. I just don't know. So, with that being said, I'm just trying to kind of understand, how should I handle this situation? There are a lot of things that I'm dealing with and a lot of mixed emotions that I'm kind of having with this situation. My son is the only one that got suspended. The other kid did not get suspended, and that's because my son confessed to saying, yes, I did kick him in the stomach. But if my son is telling everyone else, when we ask him to tell us the story, he's telling it and sticking to it that the little boy hit him, and that's why he kicked him in the stomach. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to come back to this and see y'all, y'all can continue to tell me what y'all think. I don't know. I'm not going to go much into any more detail because I probably will continue to keep getting upset about it. So, y'all just, y'all sit tight on it. I'm going to talk to other people, talk to my co-workers that I kind of value their opinions on and see what they say. And I'm going to go from there. Whatever. Oh, my lips are ashy. I'm actually an hour. I'm really late for lunch. I'll tell my supervisor that I had a situation with my son, and it's just this what it is. Oh, gosh. Anyway. Now my brother wants to go to the school. He's ready to check these motherfuckers. Because he feels like now they just pick him. Like, he feels like now they're just really picking unnecessarily. So, I don't know. You guys really tell me what you think about this whole situation. And we'll just deal from it from there. Alright guys, let me go back into work before they be like, oh yeah, she really is taking herself an hour lunch. Like, for real. Alright guys. Peace out.